What is up, everybody? My name is LG, and welcome to my Samurai Jack episode XCIV, aka Season 5, Episode 8, live reaction. Not live reaction, fucking review for Samurai Jack. Oh, man. Also, before I even get into the review, let me just say that there will be the Episode 7 review in this video as well, but you're going to see it after I talk about Episode 8. It was a pre-recorded video from last week when Episode 7 came out, but I just never uploaded it because it was too late by the time I wanted to upload it. So, here we are now with my Episode 8 review for Samurai Jack Season 5. Now, this is the episode that just aired the other day, and this is when Jack and ASHI kissed. And they kind of like hooked up and stuff. Now, I enjoyed the episode immensely, okay? I really did like the episode. I thought it was funny. I thought it was fun to watch. I thought it was really cool. But I understand that I kind of knew, like, okay, like, we all kind of suspected this was going to happen. We all kind of saw it coming. But now that it's actually coming into play, it's like, wow, they really went down the quote-unquote cliche route. Now, I'm not that upset about it, okay? Because here's my logic behind it. Whenever I see something that's like cliche or we've seen it before type shit, yada yada, it's like we've seen it there, we've seen it here, and like, okay, now it's cliche. Whenever I see something that is quote unquote that, I don't really mind it too much. Because then I think, okay, oh wow, Genndy, you really gonna do that? Wow. Well, then I think, okay, Ali, could you do any better? Could you make a better version of Samurai Jack than that? And I think to myself, I probably wouldn't have even thought about that, you know? Like, I probably wouldn't have even, like, thought about it. And I always think of Samurai Jack as a show that's very simplistic. I always think of it as very simplistic yet unique in its own way. And Season 5 coming out, that's kind of like the scary thing, because it's like, it's supposed to be the grand finale. You're not supposed to have like too much or be putting too much onto people or have too many complicated things here and there. You're supposed to kind of like make it simple, like keep it, you know, keep it nice and easy. And then when you like and like when you're trying to still be simple and simplistic with the last season that's supposed to have all the info and be like filled with all this stuff and all the stuff happening, and like it feels a little different and stuff, you know, that never works. That never works with stuff like that. And Genndy is trying his best, the creator of Samurai Jack, to kind of keep it simplistic and keep it in that way, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to, not saying Jack is bad. Simplistic and unique is his style, and that's what people appreciate. People love when something is new, fresh, and simple to understand, and freaking unique and different from other things. And that's what Samurai Jack was. It's still kind of like classic samurai tale, like I'm going for vengeance to kill the person that killed my family type shit. And like, this is still that. We have to understand that. So it's not like we're getting a like extravagant story with twists and turns. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just tell myself, like, okay, I expected this to happen. Did I expect something else to happen? Why should I be upset that this happened, you know? I expected this to happen, and even if it was anything else, like, what else could it be? Like, I know it can be something else, but could anything else be better than that? Maybe. But, like, can you think of anything else that can be better than that? Can you think of a better way that Samurai Jack Season 5 could have been executed? I don't know. I don't know. They're still trying to keep it simplistic, and ASHI and Jack's relationship is somewhat simplistic among, like, a classic, like, not fairy tale, but, like, story of that nature, I feel, you know? Like, you know, two people getting together and stuff, because Jack doesn't really like have a comrade or anyone to go into battle with. It's not like, what did you want, Jack to like group up an army and then like go and get Aku at the very, all I'm really trying to say is that while like deep within somehow I do feel upset about this, but then I think to myself, I couldn't really do any better, and I probably wouldn't have even thought to do that. So I don't really complain that it's cliche, being that it's not like even if I was in their shoes, it's not like I would be able to do better. So I'm not gonna point fingers and be like, oh, why are you fucking up my show? It's like, well, he's trying his best. He didn't even have to bring it back, you know? So that's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Regardless of the whole quote-unquote, like, cliche nonsense, I do understand people that do say it's cliche, though. If you do feel that way, you have the right to feel that way. Because it is. It is. I'm not going to lie. It is. But, like I said, doesn't really bother me that much. I'm still enjoying the series, and I'm still going to enjoy the series, but, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. So, regarding the actual episode itself, as it was starting out with the spaceship falling from space, that was really cool. I like that. It reminded me of that thing from Superman, where Zod's like floating away in the mirror and stuff. I like that part. And then it came down to Earth, and I love the whole intermediate Jack and ASHI shit when they were in the villages and there was like kind of flirting going on. I didn't understand the whole like whatchamacallit, the tigers and stuff with like the letters on their like shirts. I didn't really get that. Like, it was cool, but at the same time it like didn't really make sense, but it's whatever. That was only a really short portion of it. Then they moved on. Jack had a fish head for a little while. I thought that was funny. And then they have that little like relationshipy thing going on, like and it was so obvious the entire time. So it was just like the best part. If you were enjoying that, the best part has to be the ending, because the ending was like unexpected. That was the one thing you didn't expect to see. Everything else was kind of like, oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is gonna happen, and that's like that. This was that kind of episode. It was really like cliche in that regard, if you want to call it that. And like even like oblivious Allie fucking understood what was gonna happen until the very end. I did not see that coming where they were about to kiss. I should have, but I didn't. Regardless, I liked it though. I liked it a lot. I really did enjoy the episode. So they continue on. And then they find that monster, and that's what really got me triggered though. When Jack was like listening to the thing on how to destroy the monster, and then she distracted him. I was like, oh, what the fuck, bro? I was like, why would you do that? You're killing me, Ashi. You're killing me. And then Jack didn't tell her, and then I thought she was gonna get mad at him, and then they're just breathing hella hard. No. Well, before they even started breathing hella hard, it was just like it was like she lost her clothes and I lost it. Jack's like, Ashi, you're naked. I put that as my thumbnail, bro. Oh my god. Oh, that was too funny. And see, that's why I can't hate on this episode, because it was actually like, I was actually dying, bro. It was good. It was a good episode. Like, yes, it is the cliche stuff, but I fall for that shit. You know, I fall for the relationshipy shit. Like that I eat up that shit, you know. I eat that shit up. Yeah, I know it's like a lot that pisses off a lot of people. Like, come on, man, just don't make them bang. Just make them like comrades in arms and shit. It was 100% gonna happen, like without a doubt. So they did it. They did it. They kissed at the very end. At the very end. I don't really feel bad about it, bro. I like the episode. I'm not gonna hate. I liked it. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I like that episode. I enjoyed it. It was cliche. I agree. But I don't really care. Deep down, I do kind of care. But I'm not going to let that affect me for the future episodes. I'm just going to watch the future episodes and see how I feel as a whole. Because I kind of did that with episode 5 when I was like, ugh, episode 5 was so garbage. And then the next episode was like fucking amazing. So, you know, like I did kind of say that before. I was like, episode 5 is trash. I'm really worried for the series. And then episode 6 was like, ugh, nut. So I won't take this episode into high regard. I believe next episode will be late. If we saw the promo for next episode, Ashi wasn't even in the promo, so that's really scary. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe Ashi like gets mad at Jack or something. That is going to piss me off so hard if it does happen. But yeah, man, I do give this episode a solid shit, man. I'm gonna I can see this episode getting a 6 out of 10. I can see this episode getting a 6 out of 10. Maybe not from me and my mood right now, But like overall, in terms of quality and stuff, it might have to be a 6 out of 10. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm gonna stick with a I won't give it an 8. I'll probably give it around a 7 or a 6, and I'm going to have to say possibly a 6. No, 7. Fuck, man, I can't decide. I can't decide on number rating, but off the fly, someone pointing a gun to my head, number rating 8.4. I'm sorry. I like the episode so much. I like the episode so much. I'm so sorry. But regardless of that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Now, the video is not over. You will be watching the next video, which is my episode 7 review, if you want to go watch that. But for those of you that were just here for the episode 8 review, I will see you all later. Click that subscribe button if you enjoyed this review. Tell me in the comments down below what you thought about this episode of Samurai Jack, and I will respond because I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to discuss this episode along with you guys. I want to see your thoughts. What did you think about this episode? Did you think it was cliche? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell me. Please tell me in the comments down below, and at the same time, while you're doing that, don't forget to click that like button down below if you enjoyed this review of Samurai Jack. My name is Ali G, and I cannot wait to see you all later for episode XCX of Samurai Jack. My name is Ali G once again, and deuces. What is up, everybody? My name is Ali G, and welcome to another Samurai Jack review, XCVIII review, aka Samurai Jack Season 5, Episode 7 review. Boy, I enjoyed this episode quite a bit. Come on, let's pull that shirt up. I enjoyed this episode quite a bit. I really did like this episode. It was fun. I will say that there might be some, like, you know, things that don't really make sense in this episode. I will explain that afterwards, though, because it's a whole shebang, and I don't even understand it myself, to be honest. But I really did not have that many problems with this episode. Some animation things that really turned me off, but other than that, there was nothing really that got on my nerves too much. In the very beginning of the episode, I loved that flashback. I loved how he lost the sword. I loved the concept of it. I loved seeing the portal, and like I recognized it was the portal immediately because I knew that it looked like the one from the very first episode of Samurai Jack, and it was really cool how he jumped into it and you saw Aku's hand and that feeling of just like, oh, fuck, this man got so close. Just that feeling was amazing. I like that a lot. And then how he got angry. When he got angry, bro, when you saw Jack got upset, you could tell, like, he looked like his hallucination. You could tell he, quote-unquote, lost balance. So, you know, that really, that was really the moment where he like went off the tipping edge, and that's when he was killing those goats, and like, you know, he lost the sword, or quote unquote the sword left him. So that's something to take into account, and I really liked that. I really liked how that happened. And then when he went back to that place, seeing the dead goat, that was really cool. I liked how that's like what triggered him to realize that he lost his way and stuff. But number one complaint about this episode, okay? Number one fucking complaint. How in God's name are you gonna be looking for your fucking sword after 50 years? You're telling me you dropped a sword down a hole, and I understand the hole was pretty deep, but it didn't seem like a huge endeavor. Like, it's not as if you couldn't have done that ages ago. It's not like, ooh, he only just got that bird now, though. Jack has fucking seen flying animals. He's ridden shit like that all the time, bro. He's done shit like that all the time. He could always find that thing. He could have always gone down there and gotten his sword. But, well, okay, the sword wasn't down there, so, like, it's really not that big of a deal, like I said. But the fact that he's only looking now really ticks me off. It really ticks me off now that, like, he never thought, I should go down there and look for my sword. What the fuck, dude? Like, that's your sword, bro. You just gonna give up immediately like that? Like, he's not gonna go down and look for it at least? Like, the first thing in my mind would be like right when I drop it down there, the first thing in my mind would be, how the fuck am I gonna get that shit? And it's not the end of the world. He can do it. You're telling me 50 years and you didn't do that shit. 50 years. I'd understand if it was like a couple months. You know, he's too depressed, yada, yada, yada. You're gonna be depressed for 50 years and not get it? 50 years. 50. Like, that boiled my blood a little bit. But, what else happened? But yeah, like when he killed those animals, immediately when you see blood flow, it really ticks in like, damn, Jack has lost his way. And that's the first time I believe that Jack killed a living being. It's, you know, we saw when he first killed a human, but we never really thought like, when's the first time Jack killed a living thing? It could have been the part where he killed that sister, but then when we saw this, it's like, oh wow, so that was the part. That's really cool. That's really cool. I like that part a lot. And then what else? I'm looking at my notes, excuse me. Jack realized Sword left him. Jack meditating. Oh yeah, and then they go into like the spiritual realm, or Jack goes into the spiritual realm, and then ASHI waits there. I really like that portion of the episode. Like, it was, you know, it was very simple and stuff, but ASHI waits there while Jack goes into the spiritual realm. Let me just say, when Jack was actually in the act of like going into that realm or whatever you want to call it, it was really cool seeing like the days and shit pass by him and stuff. That was really nice. I like that a lot. And then when we saw ASHI fighting all those dudes, all like the orc army or whatever you want to call them, I understand that ASHI fighting those people might seem a little bit unrealistic, but the reason I'm not really against the fact that she was able to beat all those people is because Jack is the strongest warrior in the land. That's kind of confirmed at this point. He's the strongest warrior in his world. And like the only one stronger than him is like Aku and the gods and shit, right? So, ASHI trained, Jack trained his whole life to defeat Aku. Trained in, I think, 40 different martial arts styles or something like that. He trained in multiple different martial arts styles, and he knows how to fight in almost every single way. And he has all the skills that he needs to eventually beat Aku at some point, right? Now, ASHI trained her whole life to defeat Jack. So she is going to be experienced in some way. And of course, apparently Jack is still leagues ahead of her, being that he killed all of her sisters. But that doesn't necessarily mean that ASHI still, like, isn't strong. I say that because, like, you know, just because Jack can, like, wax the fuck out of her in seconds doesn't mean that ASHI can't wax the fuck out of everyone else in seconds, you know? So when we saw ASHI, and, like, the mistress, or not the mistress, hello, the high priestess, which is, like, the mother of the daughters of Aku, she even said, ASHI, you're the strongest one out of all of them. She even said that herself. And, you know, like, when we see ASHI fight that crowd, it's, at first, it's a little astonishing. Like, it's a cool fight scene, but it's like, is ASHI able to do that? And, you know, I feel like the only unrealistic part about that fight was her, like, pushing the guy to, like, pushing the guy and then everyone falling off. It was really cool, though. So, I'm not really complaining, because that scene was cool as fuck. But, I understand that scene being, like, the one, like, But then, you know, we saw her, like, punching and fighting all the other guys, and it was really cool. I liked it a lot. I do feel like ASHI has the experience to fight all those people. I do feel as if she is able to kill that entire army, and I do feel as if any of her other sisters would kind of be capable of that. That is why I do it. I know I sound like I'm power scaling and shit. I know that's not really something people want to hear, but for anyone that had that feeling, anyone that's like, ASHI shouldn't be able to do that, think about it. ASHI is kind of like number 2 in the world. Or like number 3 if you count Aku as number 1, and then Jack as number 2. So, I mean, kinda, you know? You know, so with that said, I really enjoyed that fight scene. I really did. It had a little comedy in the beginning, you know, it had like the atmosphere of like the army walking up and like hearing the clanking of their armor. That's really cool. I like that part a lot. So you heard the clanking of their armor and shit, and then you saw ASHI fighting them all, and like blood spewing out of everyone. She grabbed one of them and just broke their fucking arm. I was like, bro, savage. Oh my god, I loved it so much. Love that stuff. And then there was, so then Let me think. So then it cuts to like whenever like ASHI's like in the middle of the fight and like high tension and music and stuff. Immediately cuts to Jack making tea, which I actually enjoyed. I liked when it cut to that because it was like, you know, you immediately got into the sense of like calm. You know, I liked the switch from frantic to calm. I liked that. I liked it. And then you know we saw Jack making the tea. There's probably a name for that. I just don't know. I really enjoyed it though. I really enjoyed like seeing Jack, you know, slowly make the tea and slowly fold that piece of paper and like dip the like grass in it and stuff. I really enjoyed that. So then when it cut back to ASHI, we saw her finish the fight, and then we saw her fight the priestess. We saw her fight the high priestess, and I really liked that part because the like high priestess took off her robe and she like legit fought, and it was I don't understand how she has fucking claws in her hands. I don't really like, because if her body looks like that, if her body's all black and stuff, I'm assuming that she burnt herself as well for Aku. So I'm assuming that she did that as well, which makes me wonder like how the fuck are you able to like bring claws out your hands, like since when was that a thing? You're not fucking dead, like, no. So it was still cool though. I liked it. And then there was a close-up on her butt, which looked fucking disgusting. I'm just gonna say that right now. It looked so nasty. It was a close and nasty shit. But I liked that fight, and I liked ASHI finally, like, you know, we see her being able to take down the person that, you know, kind of ruined her life and everything like that. I did not like. Wait, no, not I didn't like. I found it, like, weird how, I mean, now thinking about it, it really isn't that big of a deal, because I kind of have something to contradict it, but at first I was like, how was ASHI able to beat the person that trained her? Like, it threw me off really quickly, and, like, I feel as if she should have been able to do it faster, or, like, not faster, but, like, she should have been able to do it, like, slower. Like, it shouldn't have taken that quickly. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, she shouldn't have been able to do it so easily. But, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. I feel as if that person isn't dead. When someone commented on my live reaction saying, like, oh, the high priestess is definitely not dead. Because, like, when you think about it, she can't be dead. There's no way. Because if the high priestess is dead, that means that we don't understand the whole backstory with her. We don't understand how she became to worship Aku. We don't understand how any of that stuff happens. So I think she's still alive, because that's a lot that we still need to see. And she didn't take off her mask yet. So that's another important thing. She never took off her mask. So that's something else. Yeah, though, I really enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed it a lot. What else? And then we saw Jack's hallucination when the guy sipped the tea, and he's like, oh, it does not have balance. So that's when Jack's hallucinations, like, his hallucination said fortune cookie nonsense. That's when I was like, oh, okay, that's funny. That's funny as hell, and the faces he was making, bro, oh my god, all screenshot worthy, bro, all funny as hell, all memes. Jack's hallucinations, bro, they're gonna be memes for lifetimes. And Jack finally came over himself, and he finally came over his whole like the whole like I lost it part, and like the anger within him for losing the sword and for like not being able to complete his goal and stuff. So that's really cool. I like that portion a lot. I like that portion a lot. So then High Priest still alive. Jack's solutions are really cool. I like the fact that it was red this time. I like that it wasn't blue. I really enjoyed the fact that it was red. That was awesome. What else? Jack sees the Jack saw the 3 fucking gods from the from when Jack's father, the Emperor, got the sword. They're the same gods that fought Aku when he wasn't even Aku. They're like, okay, so for those of you that didn't see the episode The Birth of Evil, The Birth of Evil is how Aku was created, and then The Birth of Evil Part 2 is how Jack's father, the Emperor, defeated Aku the first time. So Aku was created like he was just an entity in space, floating around, and then the gods. Oh shit, I forget their names. Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on. Odin, Ra, and Vinshu, or Vinshu, aka Rama. Yeah, Rama. So Rama, Vinshu, and so Rama, Vinshu, and fucking no, Vinshu is Rama. Goddamn, Ra, Vinshu, and I was gonna say Oda, not Oda, Odin, Ra, and Vishnu. Odin, Ra, and Vishnu, aka Rama. Those were the 3 gods that came up and fucking gave Jack the sword, and they're the ones that created the sword for Jack's father way back, and that's really cool seeing that. They like Odin, he popped up in episode, I can't remember which episode specifically, but it was the one where Jack had to fight the lava monster. That he popped up in that episode, and Ra, which is like the Egyptian god, he popped up in the episode where Jack had to fight those 3 Egyptian dogs and stuff. So that was also really cool. I enjoyed that part a lot. Yeah, I enjoyed that part a lot, and it was nice, bro. It was nice seeing those gods come back, and the exact same words they said to Jack. They were like, just like your father, we bestow this sword upon you to destroy a great evil. Those are like the exact words they gave Jack's father, and it was really cool seeing that. I liked it a lot, and like, you know, I mean, at first I was like, how is Jack get his clothes back? That makes no sense. But like, you know, if you watch the old episode where Jack's father, we first got the sword, he got like a new set of clothes and everything too. So it's not that unbelievable, you know, it's actually quite believable. I still think that Jack, without the beard and everything, I still think he looks a little weird because he doesn't have outlines around his eyes. Someone in my comments mentioned that earlier, and I believe them. It's because Jack doesn't have outlines around his eyes, and it's because like his face structure is tad bit different. It's not the end of the world though. It's not the end of the world. I still enjoyed the episode a lot, and it was still a very good episode. I liked it a lot, but there are some things that someone in my comment section had problems with, and it really opened my eyes to the situation, and I want to go look at those comments, not those comments, that comment, so I can see what he was talking about. So give me a second. Let me look at this real quick. Hold on. Alright, give me a second, He, like, this guy, PCM writes a paragraph every single time I make one of these Samurai Jack videos. But I'm gonna read this entire thing, okay? I'm gonna read this entire thing right now. So give me a second while I do that, because it really made me think. The sword killing the buffalo thingies makes no sense. In one episode, Aku takes Jack's sword and tries to kill him with it. Now, I remember that episode. It was the episode with like the zombies or some shit. Aku takes Jack's sword and tries to kill him with it, only to fail. It is then revealed that the sword can't be used by evil beings to kill good beings. Paraphrasing, but that's the gist. This gives us 3 problems. If Jack being pissed off made him unworthy and therefore evil, he couldn't have done anything to those buffaloes. It just would have reflected off of them. Okay, that's what he's saying in that situation. Personally, I feel as if just because Jack was upset, that doesn't necessarily make him evil. That's how I felt about that, but he makes a response to that because I responded in that way. And I'll just keep reading this whole thing. Give me a second. However, say the buffaloes were evil in that instance because they turned like into monsters and shit, right? Say the buffaloes were evil in that instance, right? Then the sword should have nothing on Jack because he killed evil beings. But even if we ignore that and say the sword left Jack because he was pissed off, well, that'd be bullshit too. Jack got pissed off in a lot of OG episodes on the sword, and the sword never left him. It makes no sense however you look at it. Well, my response to him saying that is Jack being pissed off, in previous episodes, it wasn't like this, you know? When Jack was pissed off in previous episodes, he was pissed off because, like, he was pissed off because he was, like, trying to fight his enemies, or he was getting aggravated with his enemies. Jack was pissed off this time because he lost hope, and he was like, Aku is fucking making me upset and stuff. And that's when Jack, quote-unquote, lost his balance. I feel like this time when Jack got upset, it was different than other times. Jack got upset to the extent that he would kill other people. Jack got upset to the extent that he would fucking get that angry and he would, like, lose his temper. He lost his balance that time. He didn't lose his balance other times. And if he does lose his balance other times, he regains focus immediately. But this time, he didn't regain focus for, like, 50 fucking years. So I mean, you know, and I don't think he would regain focus because he heard that was the last time portal. He's gonna be hella triggered, and he lost his way because immediately he just like, he didn't feel like there was any point anymore, and that kind of fucked up his quote-unquote balance. So that's my response to P-Sham in that instance. But also, we never see Jack listen to pissed off Jack in that show. He always denied what he said, and he never did anything he said. So the whole thing about pissed off Jack making him lose, it falls flat, since we never directly see his influence throughout the season aside from his flashback, which doesn't make sense. I feel as if, because he's basically saying in that part that, like hallucination Jack, Jack never listens to hallucination Jack. So therefore, like, Jack never actually felt that way. But hallucination Jack, he is an hallucination, and hallucinations are formed from within the mind. So deep within Jack's mind, wherever the hallucination is saying, Jack does feel that way some way in his heart. But the real physical form of Jack is saying, like, no, you're wrong, because he's trying to deny it, and he's really trying to not feel that way. He lost his balance, but he's trying to deny the fact that he lost his balance, and that is why he's so angry in return. That is why he's very frustrated, and that's why he's having all these hallucinations, because they're trying to tell him, you have lost your way, you really have, you've given up, and you know, that kind of thing. So that's my response in that sense. As for ASHI, I fucking called it because he was saying it before. I said she's gonna devolve into perfect little Miss Mary Sue who pulls shit straight out of her ass and yada yada yada. She has super strength, speed, and stamina now. The fuck? Where was that when she and her sister? Like I said though, when I explained why I think that she's able to. I explained why I think that she's strong enough to fight that army. So I don't really need to say that part. But I'll just read it anyways. Where was that when she and her sisters were fighting Jack? Well, I think Jack's just an OG fuck, dude. I think Jack's still, like, a fucking goat, and he can beat the sisters any day. Hell, when she was fighting her mom, she can't overpower a normal human, but can solo an army of fuckers twice her size barehanded by carrying one effortless and bashing him against the others no less. Never before seen ability, never even seen. Well, I mean, you know, her mother was like, those guys that she was fighting, they weren't really trained in anything. Like, they were just mindless soldiers that just like attacked, and while they were like twice her size and shit, like, you know, stabbing them and punching them really, you know, like, their size doesn't really have much to do with that. I guess punching them it does, but like, you know, when you're stabbing them with their own weapons, it's like, whatever. But I do understand what P-Sham was saying. I do understand what he's saying, and he is right in some sense, but at the same time, I don't feel that way that much. I do feel that way in some sense, and I did feel that way at the time, but looking at it now, I don't feel as if it's that bad. But then I respond with all the things that I just said, and then he said in return, Jack being pissed isn't my main problem, it's the sword fuckery. No matter how you look at it, Jack shouldn't have been able to kill the buffaloes unless they were evil and he didn't do the right thing. But if he did the right thing, the sword shouldn't have left him. It's not just that the sword can't be used by evil, it can't kill good things regardless. That makes no sense. Oh, if you're evil, you can't kill good things, but if you're good, you can? So in order for someone to lose the sword, they have to kill people first? Why would the gods allow a slaughter before they say, nah, give me the sword, child support boy? If the gods can sense evil or unbalance after, why can't they sense it before? It's a state of mind, not an action, and I just meant Jack listening to P.O. Jack as a good directing choice. They should have just shown it one time. It's like Berserk 2016/17. I can believe what's happening, but that doesn't mean the directing's good. You get me? Okay. So he's basically saying the directing's bad. And to be honest, I've never really, like, I don't even know, like, I don't know stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest, I record reviews because I want to see if the episode's good or not, you know? I want to see if I like an episode, I want to see if I enjoy something like that. I don't really know how to, like, have my opinion on that. I'm not advanced in, like, mentalness to, like, have a thought regarding that, you know? So, yeah. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about this Samurai Jack episode. I liked it a lot. You know, deep down, I feel like there could be, like, plot stuff that doesn't make sense. I feel like that is a thing in some way. But, you know, I enjoyed the episode nonetheless. I really did. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna have to give this episode a Fuck, I'm trying to think. Hold on. I think this episode deserves a good 9.5 from me. Yeah. Good 9.5 out of 10 for from Ali G. I like the episode a lot. It was good. It was good. Despite what P-Champ said, and despite me low-key agreeing with him, I still enjoyed the episode, and from my enjoyment of the episode, on a scale of 1 to 10 of that enjoyment and how I feel after watching it 2 times, which I usually dislike something after watching it more than once, but how I feel after watching it more than once, I liked it. Oh! One thing I forgot to mention. One thing. When ASHI was done fighting the entire army and blood was all over her, once she was done fighting the army and stuff, she turned around, she saw the High Priestess, and the blood immediately disappeared. That was an animation error, and I just recognized that. But other than that, I like the episode. 9.5 from your boy Ali G. Tell me how you thought about the episode in the comments down below. If you like this review, click that like button down below. If you want to see other Samurai Jack live reactions and other Samurai Jack reviews, make sure you click that subscribe button down below, and then we'll have that good shy. My name is Ali G, and I cannot wait to see you guys for the next Samurai Jack episode. Deuces. Deuces.